Alright fellas, pump it up box. As you can see, another Reebok. What a surprise, what a surprise. Like I mentioned in my previous videos, I managed to grab a great deal from Reebok.com. They had a 40% off for a very short while, and I took advantage, grabbed the Shroud, you already seen that, and I grabbed this one. As you can see, it is the Shaq Attaq 4 in the black and white colorway. Very confusing because this colorway back in the day was called white, black, and metallic silver, and the black one was called black, white, royal blue, and metallic silver. And without further ado, let me show you how they look. Double paper, what? So here they are. You probably noticed that I got 8.5, and I'll tell you why. My other pair, the black pair that I love and I wear all the time during the winter time, not now because it's super hot, is size 8, but it is made out of Reebok, and Reebok is more forgiving, stretchy, and doesn't need any break-in time pretty much. So I kind of went 8 and they're a perfect fit for me. These are a tiny bit bigger, but at the same time the leather is very stiff, and I didn't want to get any pinky toe pinches or anything like that. So I went with the 8.5, and you know, of course, I'm happy that I got this size. Nothing too bad about it. One thing about right off the back, the shape of the shoe is so different than back in the day. I don't know what's happening today, but a lot of these retros look like the toe is going up like an ice cream scooper. They were completely flat back in the day. Like if I push down, there will be this midsole will be flat like that, and there will be no bow. It will be a straight angle from the toe to like midfoot section. But anyway, hopefully that's going to get corrected somehow when we walk. So I had a hard time figuring out what kind of leather they used on this pair. I kind of looked and looked and looked. I thought it's synthetic in some portions. It looks very synthetic, but then if I go deeper, I don't know if the camera picks it up, and I look at the grain, it looks like it has a grain, and it does. But it's a very, very thin cut, and it's treated somewhat with a lot of peel coating that actually almost looks like a synthetic leather. It's very weird. Back in the day when this original pair came, they were leather, like real leather. Unfortunately, they're not the same quality like back in the day, but I mean, pretty close, you know, compared to other brands, compared to other sneakers that I've seen lately in the last couple of years. It's pretty close. Just let me quickly pull out the black pair, which I actually like better. I even liked better back in the day. Here's the black pair. Real quick for comparison right there. As you can see, the black pair, you know, I've worn many times. Got the hand pump right there. So this is the black one, and why was the white called white, black, and metallic silver is because of the vector is metallic silver. Also the Shaq logo is a metallic silver, as you can see. So, but no mention for that today. I don't know why. Same one for these. The vector is silver. One thing back in the day, this portion that you can see, the royal, that was part of the neoprene sock. Now it's some sort of a synthetic material or Reebok or something or whatever. But anyway, I like the black pair more, but I had to grab the white because the white actually was the first one I saw when I came back in the day. They had a giant posters all throughout the stores with Shaq wearing these, and I'm gonna probably put it right here, the picture of the poster. I have it these days, and kind of, you know, show what really got me into these. I really loved it. Shaq was in his peak when, you know, played for Orlando. He rocked these shoes, this model, all the way to the finals. Unfortunately, they lost from the Houston Rockets and, you know, Hakeem Olajuwon and all those guys. But he rocked that shoe, and I loved it throughout the season. It looked great on feet. In person, they were a little bit of weird because of the height. And I think after the 4, that's why Shaq started having his own version of the normal shoes. What I mean is 3 and 4 were exactly the same like he wore them. They were sold in the stores and they're higher, but people for that reason didn't like that. At that time, more of a mids were popular because it was the trend, I guess. And Reebok continue making these own versions with the Insta Pump and the around the heel, around the Achilles pump chamber for him, for the Shaq, for the Dunk Mob, for the Preacher, and all the other models. But retail versions for people that wanted to buy them actually did not have that, and they were mid-cut versions. Only Shaq 3 and 4 were this higher cut and exactly what he wore on court. I always like this top-to-down view. This black with white right there was really nice, really nice. I like that a lot. Unfortunately for the Shaq 4, the Kamikaze 1 came in the same year, and I was just absolutely in love with that shoe. So the 4, I never had them, and they were so expensive I could never have them anyway. But the Kamikaze 1 was just amazing shoe compared to this one. As you can see, the Shaq logo right there. One thing that are missing in today's logos, and I don't know why they're doing it, it's the actual backboard right there. On the original logo, the board is existing. Same goes to the heel logo, as you can see, embossed Reebok on the back strap. These actually provide an excellent lockdown. You can still ball in them pretty nice. The whole thing inside is a one neoprene booty all around. Very well perforated ton that actually provides a lot of breathability and heat dissipation. And when you use that pump, the hand pump, the penis pump, like a lot of people joke about, because we don't have the Insta Pump inflator anymore. But kudos to Reebok that actually went the extra mile and created a functional pump chamber and provided this hand pump with the Shaq logo on, and Reebok that you can actually put right there on the nozzle and pump it, just like just like back in the day. But it's not as easy as you can think. It's probably better when you put them on your feet, but it's still functional. It still works pretty good, and you know, it works. One thing I couldn't understand is why Reebok released those for $20 more, even less than a year after the black pair was released. The black pair was released for $140, and these are $160, and I can tell you they don't work $160. $160 I would pay every day for the original Shaq Attaq 1 because of the materials and everything else, the technology used. But in these, to pay $160 for these, I don't think so. I think Reebok did a great mistake. They should have released them for $140. They could have got more sales, and eventually these went on sale now. I think they're $110 or $120 on Reebok.com, and I used 40% off, so got them for around $65-70. So which that's a good deal in my book. Also black and white, as you can see, with the Shaq Dunkman logo right there, Hexalite on the heel with the Reebok logo in the vector. Hexalite a little bit painted here with some midsole paint. What's up with that? That's okay. Of course, it's not the original Hexalite. And Hexalite branding right here on the heel, just like the old one, the original one. The polyurethane midsole is somewhat firm, but not as bad. They're still comfortable. When you put them on feet, they're really nice. You know, I can definitely say that they're a comfortable shoe. And let me pull the insole and show it to you. That's actually the Reebok Performance insole. It's pretty well padded, somewhat thicker than the normal ones these days. And there's the Shaq Dunkman logo on the heel. Yeah, I mean, I have to say, for $65-70, I don't have any gripes really against the model. Definitely would have appreciated a little bit more quality, but that's just nitpicking from my end. There's always some being overly picky when it comes to this quality. Production date November 2014, and this is the little tag that they tell you about the hand pump. You can use a hand pump to pump your shoes. What about? Oh yeah. But anyway, yeah, Shaq, man, Shaq was such a dominant player. Shaq and Shawn Kemp were my favorite players back from the '90s. They were just destroying everything on court. Absolutely loved it, and their sneaker line is, in my opinion, the dopest. I still believe that, and I love it. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the thumbs up. Stay tuned to collectivekicks.com for more sneaker news, reviews, and history articles. And as always, guys, till next time, you have a wonderful day, and that's it. Bye.